mean, like all those plays are plays we work on after practice. So like everybody knows their role, everybody knows what they're going to do, and a lot of the time the credit doesn't go to the person inbounding the ball. Like that was a tough pass, like skip pass, somebody on the ball and across the court, and Cody almost got a fingertip on it. Kind of worked out perfectly that she went for the steal, and it's honestly probably the most wide open shot I had all night. So my hands got a little clammy, but still went in, I guess.
Spin on that ball, watch it closely. 31 feet out. Clock bleeding to 0. Everything on the line. But before we get to that shot, the one that shook the entire arena, you need to hear what went down on the sideline first. Because this moment, it almost didn't happen. Indiana Fever came out swinging. Early on, they were everywhere defensively, smothering Washington, holding the Mystics to just 29 points at the half. Looked like a walk in the park. Then the third quarter hit, and everything fell apart. Rotations broke down. Offense turned into one-on-one basketball going nowhere. The Fever looked nothing like the team from the first half. And their biggest problem? Caitlin Clark was glued to the bench. Foul trouble. Early whistles. Gone for most of the second quarter. And when your engine isn't running, the whole car stalls. That kind of disruption messes with your head. Playing choppy minutes against a team that's suddenly fired up? That's a recipe for disaster. Washington smelled blood. They clawed. They grinded. Point by point, they wiped out that massive lead like it never existed. Suddenly, dogfight. Now Indiana is scrambling, surviving without their star, desperately hunting stops in the middle of total chaos. And that's exactly when the biggest moment of the night was about to arrive.
Lead. Yeah, I mean, I think like you always think about ways you want to get better, and we certainly crumbled a little bit, and we would have liked to definitely have played the third a little bit better and not let them beat back in the game. But this is a hard league to play in, and you take a win in whatever way you can get it. And when we go down the line here, and nobody's going to look back and be like, oh, well, the Fever probably should have lost this game but made a buzzer beater. No, it's a W. Like, it's a win for us. So
look at this moment right here, right in the heart of a brutal scoring run by the opposition. And listen, this isn't about pulling up from 30 feet and draining a logo three. Sometimes killing a run is just about pure dirty roll-up-your-sleeves hustle. A loose ball gets tapped hard into the backcourt. Pure chaos. Shakira Austin goes all the way to the floor for it, body on the hardwood, absolutely throwing herself at the basketball. But the Fever want it more. They fight it away on pure grit alone. And right in the middle of all that madness, Caitlin Clark comes up with it. Now here's what separates the good from the great. She doesn't pull it back out, she doesn't slow it down, she doesn't play it safe. The second, and I mean the exact second, that ball hits her hands, her head is already up, already reading the floor. She finds Kelsey Mitchell. Full sprint. Right side. Defender already beaten. Clark doesn't think twice. She fires it. Perfectly threaded, perfectly timed. Right into Mitchell's stride. Mitchell hauls it in, takes the contact, keeps her balance somehow, and gets the finish at the rim. That right there, that's winning basketball. That's the kind of play that doesn't show up pretty on a highlight reel, but it absolutely kills the other team's momentum. Clark was dealing with foul trouble and choppy minutes all night, but that court vision? Stone cold. Never flinched. One red. One pass. One layup. And just like that, the Fever stay alive, right when Washington was ready to put this game away.
That's not for Caitlin, Stephanie. Or did the Herb Simon family, Pacer Entertainment, say, you know what? How about we let Austin Kelly run the offense, Stephanie? Because that's what it looked like. It looked like Austin Kelly is about to fix this damn offense.
Now we're in the final minutes of the fourth quarter. The crowd is absolutely electric, and not in Indiana's favor. But watch what the Fever are doing defensively right here, because this is important. They're running a small lineup. And what that means is simple. Everybody has to move faster, cover more ground, and not a single rotation can be late. Oh, and by the way, Caitlin Clark is out there with 5 fouls. 5. 1 bad reach. 1/2 second of laziness. And she's done for the night. Gone. Sitting on the bench watching. But you wouldn't know it watching her play. She is flying around that perimeter, helping, rotating, making stops that are keeping Indiana breathing right now. Then Washington goes back to what's been working all night. They attack the paint, they get physical, and this time Lexi Hull gets caught just a step out of rotation. Foul. Late in the clock. The Mystics go to the line. They make them. Washington takes the lead. Timeout Indiana. Now this is where the story gets interesting. The Fever huddle up, and yes, Stephanie White is right there on the sideline. But watch who gets the clipboard. It's not the head coach drawing up this final play. Assistant coach Austin Kelly steps right into the center of that huddle. He's the one with the marker. He's the one designing what happens next. The entire game, every single possession it took to get here, comes down to whatever is being drawn up on that whiteboard right now. Washington gets set on defense, and they already think they know what's coming. Get the ball to the most dangerous shooter on the floor. Stop her and you win. But do they have it right?
And I think sometimes we take great players and certainly generational talent for granted. And you know, what she did was incredible for us. She's going to have many more moments like that. I know she is. And we needed this one tonight.
And then, Keelan, was it hard to stay in a rhythm when you were sitting out most of the second quarter?
Yeah, I mean, no player.
Bro, why does it seem like Stephanie White is not happy that Caitlin? Like, bro, I'm finna rewind some. Listen to her talk.
The buzzer is about to sound. The ball goes out on the sideline. Washington isn't giving them anything easy. They're all over the primary option, denying, fighting through every cut, taking away exactly what they prepared for. For a split second, it looks like the whole play might fall apart. But that's the thing about a well-designed play. There's always a second option. The inbounder scans the floor, and there she is. Caitlin Clark flashing open on the far side. A huge cross-court pass goes up into the air, and immediately Washington panics. Cody reads it. She goes for it. Full extension, flying into the passing lane. Fingertips reaching for that leather. Eclipse her hand. Almost. By an inch. Literally an inch. The ball sails just over her outstretched fingers and lands perfectly in Clark's hands. 31 feet from the basket. Now watch this. Watch her feet. They're already set before the ball even gets to her. She drops her hips, loads up, and goes into that shooting motion like she's been waiting all night for exactly this moment. Because honestly, she has. The ball leaves her hand and just hangs there. The whole arena holds its breath. Players stop moving. Coaches freeze. Snap. The net doesn't lie. Final buzzer. Game over. And here's the beautiful irony of it all. After being hounded, trapped, fouled, and frustrated the entire night, the shot that wins the game is the most wide-open look she's had in 40 minutes. Clark. Ice cold. Game.
Yeah, I mean, no player ever wants to be in foul trouble. Like, I think it's just like a mental challenge more than anything, especially like I started the first quarter really well and then kind of got in a little bit of foul trouble, but you know, thought my teammates did a really great job there in the second quarter, like built us a lead, you know, got stops. You know, I think they only had 29 points or something like that at halftime. I'm not really sure, but maybe I'm wrong. No, I'm right. Good memory. But, you know, I think you just find a way to keep battling and
Let's be very clear about something. What you just watched wasn't just a buzzer beater. It wasn't just a highlight for the timeline. This play, this specific play, just pulled back the curtain on something much bigger happening inside the Indiana Fever organization. Because here's what Stephanie White said at the post-game press conference. She didn't take credit for it. She stood at that podium and straight up told the room, Austin Kelly drew that up. Her assistant coach. That was his play. Just sit with that for a second. When the head coach's primary offensive system couldn't generate a clean look for arguably the most talented player in the league right now, they didn't panic, they didn't force it. They handed the clipboard to someone else. Mid-game. Final possession. Season potentially on the line. That's not a small thing. That's a massive thing. Now look at why it worked. Because it wasn't luck. This was chess, not checkers. Washington had spent the entire fourth quarter suffocating the high pick and roll. Every time Indiana went to it, the Mystics were right there, trapping, switching, taking it away completely. They had it scouted. They were ready for it. So Kelly threw the whole script out. Instead of going to what Washington expected, the play deliberately overloaded one side of the floor, pulling defenders exactly where Indiana wanted them. And the moment that happened, the other side of the court opened up like a highway. A weak side vacuum. 31 feet of wide open space. And Caitlin Clark was already standing in it.
She did a great job. Some key rebounds, and we play through her a lot. I think her decision making was good as well. So, I think for all of us, it's just we're continuing to grow together. It was big for us the way that we lifted one another up in those huddles, and they were all talking positivity into one another, and that's what it's going to take to continue to build our connectedness.
And Lexi, what was like being spoken about in that third quarter huddle when you guys kind of like snapped that big lead? Just kind of what was the
And when Cody went for that steal, nobody was behind her. Not a single body rotating back for help. Zero coverage. That's not accidental. That's the whole point. Kelly's design didn't just create an open shot. It manufactured defensive aggression and then punished Washington for taking the bait. That is elite tactical thinking. Full stop. But here's the question that nobody is really asking out loud yet. Is this a one-time adjustment? Or is Indiana about to completely rethink how they run their offense? Because let's be honest about what happened for the first 40 minutes of that game. Clark was getting hit, grabbed, and pushed all night long. Foul after questionable foul kept piling up. And from the sideline, the pushback wasn't there. The challenges weren't coming. And you could see it on her face. The frustration building possession after possession, with no relief coming from the bench. Then the final play happens. Fresh design, new spacing, and suddenly she's finding her rhythm like none of that ever happened. That's what elite coaching is supposed to do. It's not just about drawing up plays. It's about putting your best player in a position where the game slows down for her, where the shot feels effortless, where her talent does the talking. And right on cue, Lexi Hull at the postgame says it perfectly. I am not kidding you, I was holding my breath. From where I was standing, I thought Cody had it. It slipped through and I'm still holding my breath watching it go up. That reaction says everything. One play, one decision to hand over the clipboard, one perfectly designed weak side action. And now the entire Indiana Fever offensive playbook is suddenly up for debate. Because if Austin Kelly can draw that up in the biggest moment of the game, what else has been left on the table all season? That's the question Stephanie White is going to have to answer. And honestly, the Fever faithful deserve that answer sooner rather than later.